You smell pretty. Stop. What's going on, guys? How you doing? My name is Paul. Not everything's good and awkward between us. The new guys, how you doing? Subscribe if you got the balls. I'm going to talk about the Imago loop, because yesterday you guys blew up my Twitter, my YouTube. You're like, Pone, you told me that you can farm the Imago loop, that it's the best PvP and PvE gun in the game, because you can find the perfect rolls for it. Is this a good roll? Should I dismantle or keep? And I got hit up, and generally, I just arms wide open. I love feedback. I love you guys asking me questions. I love answering those questions, but there were so many of them, I was overwhelmed. And I said, screw it. Let's help the whole community and make one video telling you about the 3 really good and acceptable builds for PvP, and the one demolishing, beautiful PvE build. And it's basically, it's a DIY Fatebringer, a do-it-yourself Fatebringer, and it's absolutely incredible. But what really appeals to me is the PvP worth of this weapon, and you're going to notice in about 3, 2, 1, and whammy, that 114 crit to the head, followed up by an 86. You want a 2-shot, people? I got the build for you. Let's go ahead and get the PvE build out of the way. Now, what you need to understand about the PvE build is the weaknesses and what kind of alienates hand cannons from PvE grinding and strikes and nightfalls and stuff is the really, really slow reload time and the small mag capacity that these things have. They do hit pretty hard, but you can only put out so much damage in a slow period of time. So what you do is you build on those weaknesses and reinforce them with the right perks, and you can do that while you farm for this weapon. So what you want to do is you want to hunt down Outlaw. Outlaw grants a 50% increased reload speed on a precision kill. So you just pop one thrall, instantly after that you got a 50% increased reload speed. That's huge. That's attacking one of the biggest weaknesses of the hand cannons in general. You couple that with the middle tier, extended mag or high caliber rounds, primarily extended mag, because that again is attacking the ammo capacity. And last but not least, and most important, is the Firefly build. That does AoE damage on precision kills in a small area. You'll also notice that another acceptable perk in the middle tier, the middle tree, would be high caliber rounds. I say this because it adds flinching to your shots, which is huge because, you know, you're gonna obviously one-shot thralls and acolytes and stuff, but when you're dealing with the tankier critters, like the knights and stuff, you're not gonna one-shot those, so that's where the high-caliber rounds comes into play. It keeps them in a continual, like, loop. It's like an Imago loop, if you will. It's this phase where they constantly keep flinching, but they're standing in spot, they're not moving, they're not shooting back, it's just kind of immobilized. So it's like a free kill where you're not in danger and you just consistently just keep popping headshots on them, and it's easy picking. So high caliber rounds is extremely valuable to PvE, and it's amazing actually. So that's not a bad option. So that's it for the PvE. Let's shade step on over to the PvP. Oh god, the reactive build. Oh, this is the Steal Your Girl build. This thing is amazing. This is the perfect build for me, and I will spend all week long grinding that damn strike to get this thing. What you want to look for is Outlaw, extended mag. Feather mag wouldn't be a bad option either in the middle tree. And the last bubble, you're going to want to find reactive reload. Now, what's so important about the reactive reload perk is that it grants you the 2-shot capabilities. Reactive reload, after getting a kill and reloading, then you have the ability to hit 33% harder for a few seconds. It opens a window up. Now, that's why this build completely revolves around this single perk. Outlaw, again, with a precision kill, gives you a 50% reload. That's going to allow you to get that reactive reload buff in a couple extra shots. That's huge. Extended mag, obviously, is useful. Feather mag's not bad either. You sacrifice a little bit of your magazine capacity, which really isn't going to hurt anything. You can still comfortably kill 2 people per mag, but it also increases reload speed on things that may not be impacted by Outlaw. So you want to get as much reload speed as you can on this build because you want that reactive reload to trigger. 33% extra damage allows this thing to crit for 114 to the head. A regular crit does 86. That is a perfect 200 capable of killing somebody in the Crucible in 2 shots to the head. Now, the important part about reactive reload is technically only one of those 4 or 5 shots that you get with this build has to hit to the head, because then after it runs out, then even the normal crit of 86 is enough mathematically to cap that out in a 2-shot. So just, you're going to have like 5 shots, 5 opportunities to get at least 1 to the head. You may hit 2 114s in a row. That's still going to be plenty of overkill, but that's what makes that build so strong, and that's why it's one of the best in the game. Ooh, yeah, that's right. The next one's pretty nice, too. This is the Luck in the Chamber build for the Imago loop. Now, a lot of people have dubbed this kind of build as like the Baby Hawk Moon. I actually like to call this thing the Half Moon, because it's got half the mag capacity if you build it right, but all the effect that the Hawk Moon actually has. So what you want to build on this thing is ideally Outlaw. Rangefinder's a smart option too, but Outlaw's probably the best one for this, because what you want to do is actually punish the weapon mag capacity in this build. Luck in the Chamber activates the same way reactive reload does, with 33% increased damage, meaning this thing can hit 114 to the head and 86 after that. So if one of those random bullets hits, this can be a 2-shot to kill. that's extremely exciting. So what you want to do is increase your odds of having that thing roll. And with 10 shots, you got a 1 in 10 chance of that happening. It's not going to happen too often. So what you do is you actually attack the magazine capacity. Pick up braced frame or something along the lines of that so you lose a few bullets and run into that perk more frequently, and you build on that. Entirely surround yourself around that perk, and you can confidently pick up some nasty plays with that. Last but not least, for the acceptable PvP builds, we have a range build. Believe it or not, they're actually kind of functional if you can build the right perks on it, and we have had some sort of experience with these with the first curse. It's absolutely beautiful. It's opened the door to medium range possibilities for the hand cannons, and what you're going to want to have is rangefinder. It's a must. You need to stack range at all costs. So hammer forge, hand loaded, or rifle barrel are the 3 I recommend in the middle tree. And last tree, I would say take third eye for that final bubble. Again, this one's completely up to preference. Any perk would do, to be honest. You're really only looking for range, and at this point, you know, luck in the chamber, anything will work in that last one. So your call, whatever you get, stick with it. You really want to focus on the first perk in the middle tree. And why this build's so important is because it's kind of like having a legendary version of the first curse, but the catch here is it can actually kill quicker than the first curse can. It's in 1 tier lower, so you have a little bit less damage. Instead of critting 95, it crits 86, but it also has a significantly higher rate of fire, meaning it's got a quicker time to kill, and I'm all for that kind of build. So it's got some give and take. First curse is better in some ways, and having a quicker time to kill is better to other people. So you pick it. Either way, these are the most incredible builds for this Imago loop. It's why it's worth farming for. So if you get any of these, definitely keep it. Lock that thing down. Push that R3 and don't let go. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, found it valuable, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. Take care, guys.